Hi folks, so in this video we are going to discuss about page replacement techniques as part of the operating system coursework. So under page replacement techniques we will be focusing our attention mostly on the three major techniques: FIFO, optimal and LRU, right? So again, to understand this page replacement techniques we are taking help of simple numerical here. So for the numerical we are considering that just give me a minute. So let me quickly take a brush here. Yeah. So we are assuming that there are three frames given to us. Now, out of those three free frames, and we will also assume that this is the reference string which is given to us: 476.176.1.2.7.2. Okay. So because there are three frames given to us, now let's start with FIFO first. Like I said, this is just a numerical for you to understand concept. Okay, right. So because there are three frames, initially when I'm trying to look for a page called 4, obviously 4 is not found here in any of this, so it will create a page fault here, right? Now because 4 is not available, I'm looking for 4, it's not available, so obviously it will have to be loaded. So I'm loading 4 here. Next in line is 7. So obviously 4 is already there, but I'm looking for 7, it is not found. So it will obviously create a page fault and again load 7. 4 and 7 are currently there. Okay. And then 6 is next in line. So 6, it's not found. So again, there's a page fault here. 6 will be loaded. Now, going forward, because all three frames are full now, obviously now we'll have to replace any of the pages for a new page which wants to come into the frames here, free frames, but there is no free frame here basically. Okay, now in order to be able to replace the existing pages with a new page, we are focusing on the technique called FIFO here: first in, first out. FIFO stands for first in, first out. That is, whichever page came first into the into the frames in the memory, that will be pushed out of the memory. First in, first out. So 4 came first. So obviously 4 among 476, 4 came first. So 4 will be replaced with 1 here. Okay. 7 and 6 will remain as it is. Now among 176, again the frames are full. Next in line is 7. 7 is already there. Now earlier there was a page fault. Sorry, you're looking for a 1. It's not found, so it generates a page fault. Now you're looking for 7. It is found in the memory. So no need to load it again. So there won't be any page fault here. 6 is already there in the memory, so no need to load again. 1 is already there in the memory, no need to load. All right. Next 2. So the next here is 2. So we are right now here. Now 2 is not found in the memory. So it's not found. So obviously there would be a page fault here. Okay. Now 2 will have to be loaded into the memory, but for that we need to replace one of the existing pages. So there are 3 pages already, 176. So among 176, 7 came first. So 7 will be replaced with 2 here. So right now we have 1, 2, and 6. Right. Next in line is 7. 7 is not available in the current frames here. So it will have to be loaded. So for doing that, we need to replace. Now among 1, 2, 6, 6 was arrived first in the memory. So first in, first out. So obviously 6 will be replaced with 7 here. And 1 and 2 are anyway existing here. Next in line is 2. 2 is already there in the memory, so no need to load. Okay. So we now need to compute the number of page faults. So using FIFO, how many page faults are there? So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the number of page faults is. Now if you are trying to calculate the hit ratio, obviously there are in total, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of the 10 pages in the reference string, page faults are 6. That would be 10 minus 6, which is 4. 4 out of 10, which is 40%. Ratio is 40% using FIFO technique. Now moving on to optimal technique. Now in optimal technique, again we'll use the same reference string as we have taken in FIFO. Now coming to optimal, obviously initially all the 3 frames are empty. So I'm looking for 4 not found here. So it will have to be loaded, thereby creating a page fault. So 4 will be loaded here. Then followed by 7, again not found. So 4, 7, again a page fault. 6 not found. So again loaded. There's a page fault here. 4, 7, and 6. Now all the 3 frames are full. Now next in line is 1. So 1 will have to be loaded, but replace the existing pages. So 4, 7, 6 are the existing pages. So we'll have to replace one of these. Now coming to optimal, we are trying to predict whether the existing page in the frames will be used again in the near future or not. So we are more worried about the future here. Okay. So taking a look at from this point here, I'm sorry. So we are right now here, and currently in the memory we have 476. Okay. Okay. So 476, among 476, from 1, which are the pages which won't be used again in the near future? So as you're able to see, after 1 immediately there is 7, 6, but 4 is not found actually in the near future. So because 7 and 6 are in the near future, so going forward 4 will not be used. So 4 will be replaced with 1. So now we'd have 176. Okay. Now next in line is 7, already there. 6 already there. 1 already there. So no need to replace all these 3. Next in line is 2. So 2 is not present in the system here, in the memory here. So 2 will have to be loaded. But for doing that, we need to replace one of the pages. So again, from this point here, now let us change the color. Yeah. So from this point here, we are trying to see whether the pages currently in the memory will be used again in the near future or not. So as you're able to see, 7 is the near future. So 7 will be used, so it won't be replaced. But 1 and 6 both are not currently, looking forward in the future. They don't appear to be being used. So we can replace any of 1 and 6. Because there is a tie here, obviously we'll again bank on the FIFO technique. So whichever came first, that will be replaced first. So in this case, 6 will be replaced with 2. So we have 1, 7, and okay. Now going forward again, we have 7, which is already there. Oh, this is a page fault, by the way, the previous one. Yeah. 7 not required to be loaded because it's already there. 2 not required, it's already there. So that ends your optimal. So where you have page faults as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number of page faults 5, which implies the hit ratio is 10 minus 5, which is 5. So, or every that is approximately equal to 50%. 50% of the times, on an average, I'm looking for a page, it will be found. So I'm able to hit it. That's an advantage in optimal. Right, now let's move on to LRU. Coming to LRU, least recently used. LRU stands for least recently used. So again, let's start with 4. It is not found, so there will be a page fault here. So I'm writing fault here actually, don't mind. Yeah, so 4 will be loaded. Then 7 not found, so again there will be a page fault here. So 4 and 7 currently exist. 6 not found, again 4, 7, 6. Okay, now 1 not found, because the frames are full now. Obviously one of it will have to be replaced. Now for replacing replacing the existing pages with 1, we are banking on LRU here, least recently used. So among 4, 7, 6, which is the least recently used? So from 1, we will take a look at the left side. Earlier in optimal, we were talking about future, right? Now in LRU, we're talking about the history. So from 1, going to the left, just take a look at which are the pages in the near past, and whichever is to the farthest end, that will be replaced. So to 1, 6 is the nearest, 7 is the next nearest, but 4 is to the farthest left. So obviously 4 will be replaced with 1. So we'll have 176. Right now we have faults here. Okay. Next is 7, already there in the system, memory, sorry, not required to replace. 6 already there, 1 already there. Now coming to 2. 2 is currently not available in the system, in the memory, sorry. So one of it will have to be replaced. So for replacing that, again, going backward from the current point, that is from 2, take a look at which is to the farthest end among 176. So 1 nearest, 6 next nearest, 7 is to the farthest end. So 7 will be replaced with 2. Now next is 7 not found. So by the way, previously it was a page fault. Yeah. 7 again is not found, again a page fault. So obviously take a look at going backwards. So 2 is nearest, 1 is next nearest, 6 is to the farthest. So 6 will be replaced with 7 here. That would be 1, 2, 7. Okay. Now next 2 is already there, so no need to replace. That ends your least recently used technique. Now obviously the number of page faults again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the hit ratio will be 10 minus 6, which is 4 out of 10. So hope you understood the concepts of FIFO, optimal, and LRU. Okay, thanks for watching.